It's 1-800-LAW-1010, 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Our buddy Paul Harding on the phone.
Morning, Paul.
Good morning, guys.
I don't know where to start, but we just wanted your view of the quadruple homicide investigation in Guilderland. It seems extremely complicated now with the U.S. State Department becoming involved, too.
Should we have taken, note of the DA showing up the day of? Is that, a big thing, or is that normal?
Well, no, this one is truly one that is off the charts. I had occasion just to drive by there and not even thinking that was the site of where these murders took place, and there was probably no less than 30 vehicles parked all over the place, and vans, and people walking out in white suits, the forensic folks. It's sort of the biggest thing we've had around here in a long time, but in large part, not only because of the brutal murders and the murders of children, but because of the tie, what they perceive to be to the Chinese gangs, the Tong, I guess it's called.
Yeah.
There's I read yesterday, I think in the Times-Union, immunity for immigration charges in exchange for sealed grand jury. What does that mean, sealed grand jury?
Yeah, they're really struggling to get people to come forth and to get information. Number one, probably fear of something happening to them, the way it happened to the victims in Guilderland. And number two, they're in the country undocumented and here illegally, so they come forth and just kind of make themselves known. They're getting shipped back to China. So what they're saying is, hey, if you can give us testimony, it'll be a sealed grand jury, meaning it's going to be something the public won't know that it's you in there giving that information at the time of the indictment.
Yeah.
We'll give you immunity.
Is that real, though? Is that, how ironclad is that sealed stuff?
Yeah, it's sealed up, and they'll be able to do that, and they're going to have immunity from deportation. So they're offering somebody a home here if they kind of have the guts to come forward and to give it. How sealed is it? Well, all of a sudden there's an indictment, and at some point, if these folks are asked to testify at a trial, they have to reveal the names.
But then, you get transported to a courthouse in a vehicle. You got to get out of the vehicle and get into the courthouse. I mean, they got to protect people, right? Like crazy.
We were worried about the guy on trial in Springfield for the Berkshire murders.
Yeah.
About jurors.
This is 100 times scarier, right?
I think you're right. I think that's. I mean, they're thinking, hey, if I do testify here, it's a sealed indictment, but the community's small. They're probably going to figure out that it's me, and not only would they have, so they may be getting citizenship and then going on the run, unless they're being offered protection, depending how big this thing gets.
Wow.
Paul, you said this is the biggest story in a while. What was this? Bigger than what? What was the last big story?
That guy that made the Lifetime movie was probably the name.
The Lifetime movie guy?
Yeah, I have to go back there. Yeah, I'd have to go back to that. He murdered his mom and dad, and or murdered his dad and severely disfigured his mom. That was probably going back, 7, 8, 9 years ago. And since then, I haven't seen anything quite like it.
Paul, let's table this discussion because this is going to go on for a long time. But more importantly, if my little Reka, my little Hungarian Vizsla gets the Ebola, does it have rights? Can they work on that for next week, maybe? What kind of rights does my little puppy have?
Because the nurse who was identified had a dog.
Yeah, Bentley's going to probably. I don't know who knows what's going on with Bentley. Her dog.
Here's the rule with animals, and it really is unfair, but the only value they have is what they cost and what you paid for them. So if someone kind of wrongly injures or kills your animal negligently, there's no claim. All you have is whatever your cost is, and the older the dog is, the less the value is.
I want double.
You deserve more.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. All right.
Paul Harding from Martin Harding and Mazzotti, 1-800-LAW-1010 and 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Thanks for the time, Paul.
Good enough. Thanks, guys.
Quinn and Cantara. Slicing the righteous. Mornings on PYX 106.